Thank you all for attending our Smile-2-Givebacks informational webinar. I'm Dylan Kalkhurst. I'm the Vice President of Strategic Partnerships for Givebacks and for MemberHub. I've got over 25 years experience predominantly working in the strategic partnership world, starting with K-12s for the most part. A good majority of my career was with Scholastic. I also oversee 7 Central Florida Kiwanis clubs. Those are nonprofit community service organizations that some of you are probably familiar with. Our mission is to improve the world, one child at a time, one community at a time. Our Kiwanis clubs here in Central Florida relied on the funds we received each year from Amazon Smile. We use them to support scholarships, teacher, classroom, libraries, all sorts of things. So when I got that email from Amazon at 6:34 p.m. January 18th on a Wednesday night after hours, announcing that they were ending Smile, I was shocked, to say the least. Fortunately, after a year in development, though, our company launched Givebacks back in August of 2022. And my Kiwanis Club, fortunately, because I worked for the company, was able to be one of the early adopters of Givebacks. And we had already raised 5 times what we had raised the previous year with Amazon Smile. So, fortunately, we kind of got a head start on Givebacks, and it's going to help kind of lessen the blow from that standpoint. It's important to mention that at no point when we were developing Givebacks did we ever plan on competing head-to-head with the largest company in the world. We simply wanted to coexist. We wanted a win-win for our nonprofit partners. So we encouraged our schools and nonprofits to use both Givebacks and Amazon Smile. It just simply made sense. We even started off with this catchy slogan, Givebacks. It's like Amazon Smile for everything that's not on Amazon. And that was really the great way that we were able to introduce Givebacks, because people were so familiar with Amazon Smile. It's the way we kind of led with getting that in there. Our schools and nonprofits should have used both. Why not? Well, who would imagine Smile would go away eventually? So here we are. Smile is gone. But fortunately, Givebacks is here for you. So what is Givebacks? Let's begin with how we got here. So Givebacks' parent company is MemberHub. You may have heard of MemberHub. We started 6 years ago as a free member management, communications, and e-commerce software platform, predominantly for nonprofit parent-teacher associations in K-12 schools all across the United States. Even before the pandemic, nonprofit parent groups in over 14,000 U.S. schools utilize our free software to engage their supporters and parents. But then when the pandemic shuttered schools and canceled fundraising events and activities, we launched a complete suite of online fundraising that included crowdfunding, silent auctions, raffles, virtual events, everything like neighborhood fun runs virtually, virtual readathons. I mean, the completely virtual nature of our platform kept parents and schools connected and minimized the loss of fundraising revenues through the pandemic, which was very rewarding for us. So needless to say, having 100% virtual communications and fundraising for schools when they were all shut down really helped MemberHub grow. We grew our company dramatically through the pandemic. We were one of the fortunate companies that was able to grow during the pandemic, and actually became the 375th fastest growing privately held company in the United States on the Inc. 5000 list in 2022. And we were very proud of that. So as you know, the pandemic forced schools and nonprofits to seek alternative virtual ways to engage supporters and fundraisers. Fundraise. I know you guys had to do that as well. And a benefit to going virtual during the pandemic was data collection. Simply signing up for a virtual fundraiser gave our schools and nonprofit contacts, the contact and payment information from their supporters, many of which were only participating with that nonprofit and that school for the very first time. So we asked ourselves right in the middle of the pandemic, how can we design a product that can help turn one-time supporters into lifetime donors without asking them to write another check? So this is kind of what started us on the path down to creating the Givebacks giving platform. So let's compare Smile and Givebacks. All of you have used Smile along with 1 million nonprofits. And in some ways, Givebacks is the same as Smile. It's like Amazon Smile for everything that's not on Amazon, right? A consumer signs up and links their credit card. Just like with Amazon Smile, the consumer becomes a supporter by selecting a cause of support from over 1.8 million 501c3 organizations. And then once they do that, the supporters purchases trigger a merchant donation to their cause. So, when you really look at that, Givebacks is exactly the same in this regard. But what we've got is a better solution now. We have all that, so you're very comfortable with it. Your supporters are comfortable with it. But now there are additional features that make Givebacks even better than Smile for you, the nonprofit, and your supporters. So let's kind of go through some of those. First of all, Givebacks has more merchants. What that means is there's over 25,000 participating merchants, over 15,000 online, 100 plus in-store national retailers, and 10,000 local restaurants are all part of the Givebacks program, all making donations when your supporters go there and give them business. You look at Amazon Smile, just one online retailer. Granted, largest retailer in the world, but you had to go there and you had to shop from that specific merchant to trigger that donation. We also give higher donations. The retailers on our site average 1.5% donation. The restaurants do 5%, and the average backer over the course of the year is going to generate about $83. So think about that. Think about how many donors you have now and how many supporters. How many can you get to sign up for Givebacks and use it on a regular basis? And that could equal $83 per year. Amazon, you were lucky to get up to 0.5%, as you know. Active backer bonuses is another thing that we do. Now, what we're doing here, and this is kind of to kick off Givebacks and really help get it out there and help our nonprofits get the word out there quickly. For kind of a limited time, for the time being, we're offering a $5 first use donation the first time that one of your supporters, we call them active, when they become active backers, meaning that they've gone to the one restaurant, they've made one purchase at Walmart or Office Depot. When they make that first purchase, we trigger an automatic $5 donation to your cause. Even better, there's a share feature that I'll show you here in a little bit, where they could share their link with friends and family. And when they sign up and become active and make a purchase, then it becomes a $10 donation to your cause. So there's some really cool ideas and cool ways for you here to get a head start and hopefully get the ball rolling here and get you a lot of donations right off the bat. Amazon, from what I gather, I never got a bonus from Amazon Smile when people signed up. We also offer card linked offers. Now, this is my favorite part of Givebacks, and Amazon did not offer this at all. But part of the Givebacks program, in addition to being able to shop online at 15,000 online retailers, is you link a card, just like you link a card to purchase things on Amazon. Once you link that card, that's all you have to do, because then you could just go into any of our participating 10,000 restaurants. You sit down, you have your meal, you pay with that card. You don't have to have an app. You don't have to have anything open. You don't have to have a coupon or anything like that. You just pay with that credit card, and automatically that 5% goes to your cause as a donation. Simply pay with that link card and the donation instantly happens. Amazon did not do that. We also offer transparency and access to funds. Now, what I mean by that is, Amazon Smile provided the quarterly deposits. My cause would get a check, once every 3 months, providing that I went over the $5 limit that they had, which we did in most cases. But I had no transparency on who actually made the Amazon purchases to trigger those donations. So there was no transparency in that. So what Givebacks does is once you get at least $25 in donations, you can trigger payouts anytime that you want. You don't have to wait 3 months. You don't have to wait for quarterly. You also get to see how much you are earning in your dashboard. So you'll have complete transparency. The next thing we offer is donor engagement, and we call that our backer tracker. This is a big one for me. Amazon, as you know, did not and will not share who was supporting their nonprofits. I have already tried desperately to get a hold of somebody at Amazon Smile to find out if they could just give me the names so that I could reach back out to them, connect them to Givebacks, or even, give them alternative ways to continue supporting my causes. But all I do is hit walls. So what we have done from the very beginning is we want to make sure that you have access to that data, and it's your data. You're going to see contact and engagement data for everyone that's supporting your nonprofit. If you have 5,000 people signed up for Givebacks, you're going to be able to then communicate with them, build long-term relationships with these passive donors. They may have, supported you because they received a link from a friend that supported you, and they may not know who you are. but now you've got their emails. You can get them into your CRM system. You can start sending them monthly newsletters and really start introducing them to this social impact and the wonderful things you're doing for the community, so that long term, and this is really important for younger donors, millennials specifically, they want to kind of ease in and learn more about what you're doing, so that at some point down the road, they may become more recurring donors. They'll come and volunteer more often or make some end-of-year donations. So you're going to have all that data, and you're going to be able to cull that and really build those relationships with these passive donors that kind of start with givebacks. So here's an example of what it looks like. And now I'm going to back up here and say that some of this is going to change here in the next 2 or 3 weeks. We are, interestingly enough, at the same time Amazon Smile decides to cut off things on the 20th of February, we'll be about 7 days away from launching version 2 of Givebacks, which is going to be everything you see here, but even better. But all these great features are already going to be there. So this is what's there now, the backer tracker over here on the left. This is, kind of a snapshot where you can see all of your backers. Have they linked the card? Have they downloaded the extension? Or are they shopping online? You won't be able to see what they're buying. We do draw the line there with the privacy. And also people can sign up as anonymous if they wish. Over here on the right is the promotion center. It's another great feature of your dashboard. That Amazon did not provide much of one for the nonprofits. But in your promotion center, we're trying to provide you with as many tools that you need to share your Givebacks link with your supporters. You're going to get a dedicated QR code that you can put on all your print materials. You can hang at events, put them on banners. You're going to have a dedicated link that you could share in all of your publications and on your websites. There's even a widget there in the bottom that has kind of the total of what has been donated to your cause, plus the QR code. That's an easy widget you can just pop right on your existing website. And lastly, we've got a resource library with, ready to go social media posts that you put your QR code in, your links, and customize them any way you want. But that's kind of some of the tools that we give you to get started sharing your Givebacks cause with your supporters. We also are very critical about, sharing the why. We want to prominently feature the why and your nonprofit brand every time a backer does a qualified transaction. So what I mean by that is they're going to see your logo when they buy online. And I'll show you an example of that in a minute. When they click to Walmart.com or Office Depot, as soon as they go there, a little pop-up's going to say, hey, click here to support Habitat for Humanity or whatever your cause is. Your backers are also going to receive automated, you don't have to do this. They're going to receive automated thank you notifications in both email and on their mobile devices after every qualified Givebacks purchase. And, I don't remember shopping, and getting that from Amazon, but, that's something that's really important from a nonprofit's perspective, is to continue to remind even passive donors that they're giving back, because if you think of the restaurant example, if I take a group of friends up to Tortugas up the street, they're participating, and we have a $300 restaurant bill, that's $15 that Tortugas is donating to my cause. Now, if I didn't have this option, would I really come home, take that $15, put it aside, put it in the bank, write a check to my cause? Probably not. So the fact that this is automatically happening and they get pinged right there in some cases while they're at the table making their payment, that's pretty exciting. And, that'll start changing shopping behaviors, because if they're really supporting your cause, they will go out of their way to look for places that are supporting the things that they care about. So here's an example of what an email looks like. This is one from my Kiwanis Reads Club supporting. I did a purchase at Office Depot, and right within 60 seconds after I made that online purchase, I get this email that this is our Givebacks genie who kind of pops up and magically reminds you and thanks your supporters. So that's an example of what the email looks like. It may change a little bit with our new version. And then you get the notification, which is super cool when you're sitting there at a restaurant or you make a purchase, that pops up on your mobile device as well. So, your cause is constantly being put in front of all these passive supporters, throughout the program. So I think this is a really cool feature with Givebacks to keep, reinforcing the why with your supporters and your donors. And it gets better, because we have a dedicated Smile-to-Givebacks transition team, and you see Big Noah there. He is a real person, and he's always smiling. We have one-on-one set up and launch strategy calls available for you. There's actually a contact us support tab that actually works, and they're going to be on standby when you have any questions. And that same staff is also on call for any of your supporters. If for some reason something doesn't, look right in their givebacks, they didn't get the donation they thought they were to your cause, there's also a customer service line for them to interact with as well. I am already signed up as a backer. You can see here at the top that I'm signed up, and I've got Kiwanis Reads Backers for Books. This is my selected cause. And what's cool about this, both on the app and on desktop, you got a dedicated page. So again, just one more way for you to put your cause in front of your supporters and your passive donors at all times. You have the capability in your dashboard to tweak this copy, add pictures any you want. And then up here, this resets at the beginning of each year. We're going to probably change that to all time because the number's a lot bigger. But this rotates. You can see that so far this year, my little Kiwanis Club of 9 people has gotten 50 donations, averaging $1.52. You can tell that's already a lot better than what we used to get with Amazon Smile. And even down here, I love this too, because there's a little gamification here with all of our supporters. Every time, just 10 hours ago, Jessica, donated a combined, $1.72, right? So if you look at the online offers, now these are the ones that once you load your Givebacks Chrome extension that I'm going to show you here in a second, which takes, about 30 seconds to do. You could scroll through here. You could look at the different categories. You could actually start your shopping adventure from the Givebacks app if you want. If I wanted to go Walmart right here, I would just click there and visit the site. Or, I could actually start. I can go to walmart.com and I open up walmart.com and boom, pop up over here. See, it says Kiwanis Reads. So imagine your logo popping up every time your supporters are online shopping for things. So you see how that pops up. You've got the great brand there. I just activate that. It's loading. And as soon as that pops away, the genie says, okay, you're good to go. And then I just shop as I normally do. And automatically behind the scenes, that's all I have to do. That donation goes into my cause. The local offers, this is what I use the most because I like to dine out a lot, and I'm gonna pan out because I told you I don't have a whole lot of restaurants in the Daytona area. There it is. I'm gonna scroll over here to Orlando, and you could do this too. Like if you're traveling down to Miami or you're going somewhere for the weekend, you could open this up and see what restaurants are participating. You just hit search this area, so you can see here. In the Orlando area, all those purple dots, those are places that your supporters can go and trigger a donation for your cause. You can see there's dining. You can click by dining. These are some, I used to live in Orlando. These are some pretty big names there, some good places. And you can even click on there. It tells you a little bit about the restaurant. When they're open, they all get 5% cash back. And then the in-store offers, these are mostly national clients like Men's Warehouse. I like Men's Warehouse. They're doing 2.2% cash back. Well, 2.2%, that's almost 5 times more than Amazon Smile right there. So these are all the places where you just go and pay with your linked credit card. That's all you have to do, and it triggers that donation. So again, this is national, 25,000 merchants. If you're based in Orlando and you've got relatives that live in Boston, send them the link, because when they download Givebacks in Boston, they're going to see all the dots in Boston too. So you could use this anywhere, anytime when you're traveling. You'll see that once you get those backers connected, it's automatically helping behind the scenes. So if I wanted to share this is my personal share link. This is Dylan's share link. When I share that link right there with a friend, they open that up and it says, hey, Dylan Calkers thinks you might want to support Kiwanis Reads and donate for when you shop and dine out. So this is the one I was telling you about that triggers the $5 for me and the $5 for my cause. But I'm donating all my money to my cause, so it comes out to $10. And you can actually see, I have sent a lot of referrals out there. I still got to get on some of these people who haven't gone in there and made a purchase yet. But 8 of them, have gone there and triggered that $5. So I can kind of keep track of that for my referrals. Over here is my wallet. So again, this is the same experience on the mobile app. You can see that, since August, I've donated $149. I mean, that's a lot for one person, right? It's a numbers game. This is where I've linked to my credit cards. You can put more than one in there. And then I can go in here and see all the places where I've shopped, so I've got kind of a record. to see how much was donated as well. I could print this off at the end of the year and see how much I was donated to charity, for my taxes from that standpoint. So there's a lot of transparency, both for your backers, your supporters, as well as for you. So that's kind of a quick overview of what it looks like online. And the same thing works on the mobile app that you could download at the Google Store or the App Store. That's not all. This is a part of our version 2 launch that I think you'll be very excited about. We anticipate this happening early March. We're actually going to be rolling out give back donations and crowdfunding. So as part of givebacks, you'll now have the opportunity to, utilize the donate now button on your website. Our fees will be less than what you're paying with PayPal or whoever you're using. We're trying to come in under that. But the exciting thing about it is it's all connected. You could do the one-time donations, the monthly donations. You could put different categories of where you want those donations to go. You could have competitions with different teams, different classrooms, however you want to set that up. But the fun thing and the exciting thing about this is donors are going to automatically be able to sign up for givebacks at checkout, triggering an additional $83 annual for each donor without them doing anything more. So think about all the people who went to your website last year, came to an event, clicked the PayPal button, made that donation, whether it was one time or monthly. And imagine if they got this little blurb right here over here on the right, so that when they've already entered their credit card, they've already put the name and the email, everything. The only thing we need to get people rolling with givebacks, and boom, they click a button, and all of a sudden, those donors who only donated one time maybe are now kicking in another $83 a year. So this could really get substantial, and we're super excited about rolling this out very soon. You'll be hearing more about this probably early March. In addition, the other thing that we're adding, which I'm very excited about, especially in Volusia County, where we only have about 20 restaurants right now, is you're going to be able to invite local restaurants, businesses, and sponsors, schools, nonprofits. You'll be able to invite them into your givebacks experience to support your cause. So I've already got a list of about 10 restaurants. I've already gone and visited them. They're like, heck yeah, we'll sign up because we want to support the schools and the nonprofits in the local area. But what this does is it gives local supporters even more options to shop and dine and support your cause, to places that they already go and they already love. And it's also, coming from the sponsorship world, I see this as a really great opportunity to help highlight, your cause sponsors and help drive loyal customers as well. So if you got big sponsors coming on board, this is a great way to give them some additional exposure, highlight them as a givebacks participant. So again, this is going to be coming out in March as we continue to improve the givebacks experience. All right, so next steps. I'm going to flip it over here to Noah now, our resident Smile-to-Givebacks Transition Pro.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So hope everyone enjoyed the information. I know Dylan's got a little bit left after this, but like we mentioned earlier, I would love to set up one-on-one individual meetings with all of you so we can talk through some of those questions you may have specific to your organization and help you just talk best practices and get you set up and ready to go so that you can start transitioning your donors and your supporters over to givebacks.
Yeah, thanks, Noah. And Noah's awesome, by the way. He really understands Amazon Smile and just wants to really understand how you use Smile and really kind of hone in on those features that we have to really take what you were doing with Smile to the next level. Now, if you're pretty tech savvy and you want to do it yourself, you don't have to be tech savvy, but you can get started on your own. You can claim your cause at causes.givebacks.com. Encourage everybody, as soon as we get done with this webinar, become a backer right now. Go to givebacks.com, download the app on your phone and go through the process or do it on your desktop. It's really good to get things started now with Amazon stopping on the 20th. So I'm happy I was able to put this together for you. Hopefully you're going to really get a hold of givebacks, learn how to use it, work with Noah. He's the pro. And again, thanks for all you do, and thanks for attending.